So, what is an org chart or organizational chart? So, this is quite an important if you are into a network marketing business. Then drawing an organizational chart is extremely important. Now, why is that, and what is an organizational chart? Let's talk about it. Now, as you see here, organizational chart is an hierarchical structure of the distributor and his or her network of distributors. So that means if I am in the business, then I need to draw an organizational chart. That means I am in the center. That means J, for example, this is me, the first circle. And then there are circles underneath, which are called downlines. So that means which are part of my organization. And then further below in this example, let's say you see Lucy. Under Lucy there are multiple people as well. So this is how the org chart looks like. So that means you have, just take the example of any organization, so company. So there is a CEO, there's a managing director, directors, managers. So exactly the same way as in your business, in a network marketing business, if you're in, or M&M business. So you have an organization, uh, you know you have you have few downlines. So for example, you sponsor few people, you register few people, and they register other people as well. So this is an organization. So this is a hierarchical structure of distributors, like means people who are in the business. So the first circle, which is you, is extremely important circle. That is where the business starts, and then you grow. Now you must be wondering, then why is it important to draw it, and how often you draw it. So let's talk about it then. Now, why to draw the organizational chart? It is, as you say, this is very, very important. First thing is visualization. That means you want to visualize. For example, you may say that I am a new business owner. I haven't yet started my journey. So then, what should I draw? Because it's only me. Well, that time you need to draw the your organization based on the people who you want to have in your organization. So that means you have to visualize, like, where do you want, where do I see my business in the 6 months, in a year's time. So you draw it that way, meaning that you are expecting, let's say, six downlines, okay, in the matter of, let's say, 3 months. So you draw it that six downlines are there, and then further below them, so you draw organizational chart saying that, okay, and I have a couple of other people as well registered. Let's take for an example, you just want to focus on, let's say, two people personally registered. You put it there. So that means as you are the starting point, so organizational chart is important for you to visualize that where do you want to see. That means the to be business model or to be structure, rather than where it is now. Okay, so it serves both the purposes. That means what it is now, and how it's more you want it to look like in future. So so that is important, visualization. Next thing is, uh, you know you look at the organization. Let's say you have an organization, you have few people, and you draw it out. And then why do you need to draw is extremely important for you to understand, because this organizational chart will talk to you. You looking at it, you can find out, where do I need to do, what do I need to do. Okay, so that planning is what is extremely important. Otherwise, it's all up in the air. So when you draw it, when draw the circle. So we'll talk about that, how do you draw it. But when you draw the circles, and you have all those people, you draw it out. So your mind starts to think that, okay, what do I need to do with what, and what do I need to fix. So that means one way, or one objective is to see the future. So you want to visualize what you want to see. Okay, in your, how do you want your organization to look like. But the second objective of your organizational chart is you will be able to know what are the issues needed to be fixed. So that means where do I need to, so what are these things is extremely important when you draw it. So there are some people who need to connect with, so you need to communicate with, okay, communication. So that means you need to pick up your phone and talk to these people, because few people you may not have uh, spoken to them for some duration of time. So this is all about, that this business is also called relationship marketing. So that means you are marketing based on the relationship what you develop. So it's extremely important that you develop that communication channel with others, okay. And the drawing the organizational chart helps you to identify those people who I need to pick up the phone because I haven't spoken to them for some time. Next thing is relationship, okay, as we discussed in a minute before. Not only you pick up the phone, but again, to develop relationship, you can't develop relationship over the phone. You have to go visit them, and over a cup of coffee or tea, or have some snacks together. And that is where, when you break the bread together, let's say, you connect with the people together. So that means you establish a connection there. So that is where you develop a relationship with other people, okay. So very important, when you draw your org chart, your mind talks to you and you identify, okay, these are the people I need to pick up the phone to talk. These are the people I need to go drive, or book a ticket, if I want to go. And then I have to develop a relationship, because it's been a while since I spoke to them, okay. Very, very important. Now, this communication relationship, as you know, these are for the people who you haven't communicated for some time. But the next thing is a volume. That means people who are already involved, they are already working in the business, and you have a few downlines who are active in the business. So that is where you strategize, okay. Okay, looking at the org chart, okay, you identify, okay, these pockets, okay. Very, very important, not only you draw it, but you also identify the volume as well, okay. From this person or these organizations, I want this volume, okay. That is what I want. That means my month end goal is, and how do I get that? So you just strategize, okay. From there, I know I need to do these activities. So this is where, when you are drawing an organizational chart, very, very important that you sit down with a piece of paper to note down the things, or the plan of action. Okay, what do I need to do? Because when you are analyzing the organizational chart, so that is the time when you have to also take notes as to what are the things you want them to be fixed. Volume. Then is networking, okay. So that means where do I need to go to have a business presentation plan, where do I need to go, ask them, just to invite few people, and where do I need to go to help them with digital marketing strategies of how they can leverage digital marketing to grow their network. So that's extremely important, networking aspect of the business as well. So that means when you draw the org chart, you can understand, okay, where do I need to develop a relationship, where do I need to do some volume activities, where do I need to do some networking activities, where do I need to boost them up, give them some belief. That the last point you say, because they may have been busy with other stuff, or the mind is not that focused on this business now. So what do I need to do? How do I need to create belief? Do I need to give them some books to read? Do I need to send some audios for them to listen to? So this that is where belief building is what you do. When you are sitting down, you develop relationship, and the belief building is done when you pass on some audios of the people who have built the business successfully, or you get them to a networking event, okay. Or you may have some team meetings, you may have some weekly meetings. So those are the meetings when you bring them in, and that is where they see other people's success, where the other people's are being recognized, and they get inspired. And that is what you do. or that is why you need to draw the org chart. Very important points. How often? Okay, how often should I draw? As many times as possible. What does that mean? Multiple times in a day. I should add that. But if it is not possible or you are not able to, um, again, if you want the business to be in the for background thought process, then you need to do that. But very very important, at least once in a day. Okay, before you go to sleep, it's very important that in the night before you go to sleep. Why? Because your subconscious mind works on it, so you start to take actions based on your subconscious, or you do not have to put a lot of efforts. Your subconscious mind is thinking while you are sleeping, and next day you would see that your mind is focused on thinking about the business. So it's very very important that whatever you put in your head before you go to sleep, that is where your actions or your mind slowly gets focused at. Okay. Another very important point is drawing versus looking at. That means you need to draw it. Well, so I have drawn, I did it last night. Should I do it today as well? Absolutely. Can I not look at it again? Not really. So what does that mean? So that means when you draw it again and again, okay, so that is where you identify. As soon as you, when you are drawing the circles and putting a name in that circle of that person, what happens? Your mind starts to think about it, and it thinks about what are the actions I need to take. Okay, so that's extremely important, that while you are drawing, you think about it, and more number of times you think, it gets into your subconscious mind. So that's extremely important to draw it every single day. So that means, how do you draw it? If you have a board and easel, it's extremely important. You can erase it. So just like for an example, a whiteboard, or even flip chart as well, it's good. But sometimes you don't want to waste those papers as well, drawing it every day and throwing it out. So it's good if you have a whiteboard, draw the circles and then wipe it off. Next day you can draw it again, or you can take a piece of paper and on the paper you can draw the circles. So every day you can have a planner, and kind of a thing where you draw it, and then every single day, and put the action plan. Okay, on the right side, left side you draw, right side you take the action plans of what exactly you want to take actions on. So that is how you can have a, proper business planner for yourself, to plan your activities based on your everyday's drawing the circles, and you are taking actions based on that. Okay, so I hope it made some sense to you guys. If you have any questions, make sure let me know, and be more than